I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I've got Mike Penn on the line, and we're going to be on the air in about 20 seconds.
All right.
Hang on, I'll get you right on with him.
Thank you.
Just make sure you're not on a speakerphone or a Bluetooth.
Okay. Mike, good morning. It's good to be with you.
Well, good morning. My media obligations are done now. It's about 8:30. Going to head to the track today about 10:30 to get there at 11:30 for our 1:30 first post. It's still raining here, but I'm again 40 miles west of the track. It wasn't raining most of the morning. It's supposed to stop raining by like 11. So I don't know if we're going to be on the turf or off the turf or what. I would think that if we're off the turf, I would think we would still run today. I think part of the concern yesterday was because we were running later in the day and there's no lights on the dirt. So if we move off the turf, then we have no lights for the dirt races, and we were starting a later evening post. So, and it just never stopped raining yesterday. So I think it was a confluence of events. But going to do my workout at home today. I've been going to the gym a lot, but one thing I did in Florida a lot, I was doing like 3 times a week, was going to yoga class at Yoga 6. And it was really, really wonderful. So I've been doing yoga here a couple times a week. I just use Yoga by Cassandra on YouTube. Shout out Cassandra. And yeah, looking forward to, I don't know, I feel like my back's been bugging me, and yoga feels like it always kind of loosens me up a little bit. So we'll do our workout, and then we'll head to the races. All right, just got to Whole Foods, got my egg and cheese breakfast. They call them wraps now. They don't call them burritos anymore, but it's a breakfast burrito or wrap. And just got word we're on the turf for the steaks, off for the rest of the card. And there's a couple big scratches. Integration, both his 2 main rivals scratched. So he's going to be like 1 to 500. But it's not raining. It's supposed to be clear the rest of the day. So hopefully we dry out a little bit, and looking forward to getting to the races. Just getting up to the track. Things are drying out a little bit. Hopefully the tracks are too. All right, so good news. Track's still wet, still sloppy, but not as much standing water. And they're doing the going stick measuring over there. So we just finished the first race of the day, and the first time starter set a new track record for 5.5 furlongs. So the track's playing pretty fast right now on the main track. It was wire to wire, the one dirt race we saw on opening day, and this one the horse came from just off the pace, was kind of battling for the lead, dropped back, and then swung out behind a long shot. It was actually a really impressive debut. Love Me Tender was the horse's name. But we have another 5.5 furlong race, this one for 2-year-old filly, so I'm kind of curious to see how the times hold up. It might just be that the track's really fast right now. There's watering in the famous Lael colors of Barbaro. Of Rebel Consort. 'Tis race day to the inside. Good accelerate down the outside. Navani with a 16th of a mile left to go. Navani, Forest Boys got through at the top of the stretch and going to get the win here at 3 to 5. Navani wins it by 2.5 in the end. So this morning on that radio interview I did with HRN, Mike Penn asked me, he says, is it harder to call like a small field or a big field? And there's a lot of announcers that say it's harder to call a small field, and I always think that that's baloney. It's much easier to call a small field. What I think they're trying to say is it gets you out of your rhythm a little bit when it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, like a 4-horse field or a 5-horse field. So I get that it's different. It's not harder though. It's just not. So I always object when guys say, I think they say that to sound cool. And I get what they're saying because they're really meaning it just takes you out of your rhythm a little bit, but I don't know. But a lot of small fields today being off the turf for these first few races, and it's not harder. It's just not. Good to see Kendra Carmouche back in the Colonial winner's circle. St. Susan, a 3-year-old Dark Bay Round filly by Quality Road out of Anachronism, was bred in Kentucky by... They're in the gate. And the race is on in the Boston Stakes. Beautiful start for Class Photo, who springs right to the front.
Fulmineo continues to travel in between horses. Now is between Crystal Quest and Wine Collector, though, as Oishi stays out 3 deep, second last. Catalea Strike is the trailer, but only 5 lengths cover the group as they run to that far turn. The opening half clocked in 49 seconds flat. Class Photo now just a neck in front, is in a jam, getting closer on the outside. Crystal Quest given the cue from back in third, a length off to now 2 leaders up front as In a Jam pokes the nose in front. Class Photo tries to counter back to the inside. Crystal Quest is after that. Fulmineo is back 5th right now, still about 3.5 behind. Oishi in behind that one as they turn to the top of the stretch. In a Jam trying to get by Class Photo, who's stubborn. Crystal Quest trying to come after them now. Now Fulmineo starting to get on track down the center of the course. Here comes Fulmineo charging after Crystal Quest and In a Jam. Fulmineo out in the center. Crystal Quest between horses. In a Jam third to the inside. Fulmineo grudgingly going to the front. Crystal Quest back to second. Fulmineo and Crystal Quest. Fulmineo to win it. Crystal Quest was second. Third was close. Might have been Wine Collector getting up over In a Jam. It is a photo for third.
So Caitlin talking to Kendra Carmouche after a pretty easy win for last year's Virginia Derby winner Integration, taking home the Million Preview here, 3-horse field. And like I said earlier, it was much easier to call than a 12-horse field. Also, the tall gentleman right there in the blue shirt is NBA Hall of Famer Ralph Sampson, who's been at the races today. He did a little riders up for the Beverly D. And yeah, pretty cool to see an NBA legend. All right, so we got one more race left. The 3 stakes races are done. They all chalked out. It was favorites winning all 3 of them, but just out getting some. I haven't been outside all day, and it's still pretty warm out. It's like 86 degrees, but nice and cool in the booth. Appreciate everybody watching this week. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do them daily throughout the season or maybe just once a week, but I'll probably do it until I get sick of it, and then we'll try once a week. But it was fun doing daily vlogs for the first 3 days. I just don't know if there's like enough stuff I can do with being upstairs, but we'll see. But I appreciate you watching, appreciate you liking the videos and subscribing and all the other fun stuff. So everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.